Welcome back one last time, fellow Marvel Legends collectors, as I wrap up my reviews for the Captain America Civil War 3-pack with my review of the battle-damaged Iron Man. And I gotta admit, I really like this Iron Man figure. He is the same Iron Man figure, the same sculpt from the Giant Man Build-A-Figure series. However, this one is battle-damaged, and it really comes off a lot better than it did with the Captain America. Captain America was almost too dark in spots to really see the burn marks, except for his shield, which the battle damage on it was great. But every part on Iron Man here that's battle damaged really looks battle damaged. He looks bad in those spots. But before we actually take a look at him, let's take a look at his accessories, which really make me like this figure a lot. Of course, he does come with an alternate Tony Stark head sculpt, which actually looks a decent amount like Robert Downey Jr. It's not too bad. Good work on the hair. And it pops on the figure really easy, but there's a lot to go over, so I'm going to skip that. I think you guys can figure out how to pop the head on and off. But let's take a look at his blast effects, which I'll give you a quick 360 before I take them off and show you how they work. But basically, they just plug into the peg holes on the bottom of his feet, and he has the same kind of holes in his hand where those repulsor beams are. So a great effect. I'm really happy they started including these effects with the Iron Mans now. Much needed accessory. You know, I mean, really, what accessories are you going to give Iron Man? So it was a great idea of Hasbro to come up with these blast effects. And this flight stand did not come with the figure. I'm just using it. It's actually a NECA product. So we'll get it out of the way, and I'll show you these blue repulsor blasts on his hands first. And as you can see, they just peg right into that hole. And I'll give you a nice up-close look at this effect. And it is a translucent blue. And the splash right here can actually be pulled off if you want to just put it in his hand. Like that. I think that looks pretty good too. Of course, this one comes off the same way. And the flame effects for his thrusters are basically the same piece, just red and yellow to give that fire effect. And they plug right into those holes on his feet. So awesome accessories. I was really happy about that. Now let's take a look at this battle damaged Iron Man from head to toe. And as you can see, his head is very battle damaged on that left hand side. Alright. And unscathed on that side. Get even closer. That really came out well. Great effect. Came out perfect on this Iron Man. And on his right hand shoulder, you can see that effect once again. However, there are actual silver scratches going through it too. Really give it that extra depth of damage to his armor. Turned out great. And his suit overall really is well sculpted. A lot of detail through here. Great job with the paint on him. Reactor in the middle came out nice. And they didn't skimp out on his back either, at least on the upper part of the torso. The lower looks like it was skimped out on a little bit, but the colors back here did come out really good. And show you what those hands look like without the effect in it. And he has one more battle damaged spot down here on his left thigh. Unscathed on the right, and battle damaged here. A very charred look. And it did skimp out a little bit on the details back here for paint. But down here around the legs, they got the silver going again. And a lot of the red parts on Iron Man are pretty shiny, pretty reflective. So that's great for an Iron Man figure. So I was really happy with the sculpt and paint of this Iron Man. And his articulation is really good as well. Of course, we got a ball joint and hinge at the head, which will get full rotation. Look that far down. Look that far up. And at the shoulders, you can only go up to this far because of those shoulder pads. You can't even get close to 90 degrees. So that's not great, but for the detail of the shoulder pads, it is forgiving. But you can get full rotation. And he does have a bicep swivel, which isn't restricted from those pads, and double jointed elbows. Which go up that far and back straight. At the wrist, he will not go up very far because of the plate on his hand here, the way his armor is. But he will go down a good bit, and you can get full rotation. And at the ab, you can't get too much crunch out of it. About that far back and that far forward. However, you can get full rotation there. No swivel at the waist. But at the hips, he has a ball joint that'll go up this far. Not very far. Only kick this far up. And this far back. And he does rotate all the way around. And double jointed knees. Let's go that far back. Back straight. No cut at the calf. And his foot is on a hinge, which will go this far up. And this far back. And of course get ankle pivot. So he is restricted in a good many spots because of the armor. But it is forgiving since that armor looks so good. And you can still get him in some great flight poses. So, do I recommend this figure? This 3-pack, should I say? I actually like this Iron Man more than the original variant release from the Giant Man Build-A-Figure series. I think this battle damage really came out nice on the Iron Man. The head swap is great. The special effects for his repulsors and thrust are really nice. I like the way these came out. Great accessory for Iron Man. So, if you didn't get the original release, I would say pick up this 3-pack. It is almost worth it for the Spider-Man alone. But this battle damage Iron Man really takes it over the top for me. So, alright everyone. Thank you for watching the reviews. I hope you enjoyed them. And stay tuned, because there will be a lot more Marvel Legends reviews in the near future here on my channel. So I'll catch you later.